What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 52 of our Cincinnati Reds franchise. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what we're going to do in the free agency period based on your guys' suggestions. So if we look here at this screen, right there, Billy Hamilton became a free agent. What does that mean? Well, that doesn't mean that we technically didn't offer him a contract, because I ended up offering him a contract. So your guys' suggestions were that Billy Hamilton has to go. He's not really getting it done. I mean, technically he is still a pretty solid player, all things considered. That 246 batting average, you know, guys love the long ball, right? I mean, guys love ribbies, guys love high batting averages, and you know, so on and so forth. But every player has their skill set, and every player has their ability to help the team in certain ways. And Billy Hamilton's way of helping a team win is his speed and his defense. And if he's going to hit you about 250, you take that all day. I mean, there's guys that like Juan Lagares. I mean, he's a very good defensive center fielder, but he's not a very good hitter, right? He's gonna give a little bit more pop than Billy Hamilton will every year, but you know, I mean, he's not as fast. He doesn't play as good a defense as Billy Hamilton does, and you know, like I said, everybody's got their role. Everybody does things to contribute to a team's winning, and that's what Billy does. And you know, I like him as a player, but I would agree with you guys that we do need to make some room for Taylor Trammell coming up here. Let's see, left fielder. Yeah, 73 overall right now. He's good enough to play in the major leagues. A potential. You know, he's a very good young player. We need to get him up as soon as possible. He's chasing Jesse Winker, who's also an A potential, but he's 4 years younger, right? So the sky's the limit for Taylor Trammell. Plus, we've also got Thomas Moore to consider too. 19 years old, and he's a 70, right? There's a lot of guys. Even Roger Wimberly is going to get up there too. 18 years old, 69 overall, B potential. Like these guys are going to come through eventually, and it'll be really fun to see when they do. But in order for that to happen, we can't have Billy Hamilton eating up all the cap. We can't have Billy Hamilton, you know, basically blocking those players from getting their time in and really progressing and moving forward. And basically all this to say, I offered Billy Hamilton a contract, so I am offering him the $5 million, or the 5-year, $15 million per year. That's equivalent to $75 million per year. And if we go look at the, let's see, center field. Okay, so that's what we offered. 5 years, $75 million. If he signs, then I will start considering some trade offers for him, because basically when I look at this field, right, there's a lot of guys that we really just don't need to consider signing. A lot of big names that we don't really need to go after. Anthony Rizzo, there's just no point, right? Xander Bogaerts, not really any point. We got Nick Senzel at shortstop. He's a very young, good player that's really contributed for us, plays really good defense out there. Zach Britton, I guess we could technically try to go after. He would really help us, but we also have Brad Hand. We've got Michael Lorenzen, so both of those guys are pitching really well. You know, there's almost no point in doing that, just kind of a waste of money. Anthony Rendon, you got Suarez at third, kind of a waste of money. Carlos Carrasco would make some sense. Wily veteran, 33 years old, can really help shore up that number 3 job, push Dave Sclafani down. Kendall Graveman could possibly get moved to the bullpen, or even have him and Tyler Mahle try to duke it out and battle it out for that number 5 spot. Carrasco would make some sense. Now, if we dig deeper into starting pitching, you know, I still like the idea of Alex Wood. I really do. Drew Smyly, I'm not too interested in, even though he was a former Tiger. You know, I kind of like what he can offer. Tanner Roark would be interesting, but he doesn't move the envelope for us, doesn't push the needle. I like to use that phrase a lot in our franchise modes. That doesn't do a whole lot. Felix Hernandez would be kind of cool to get to, but honestly, he's kind of lost his mojo. Look at this. These are not acceptable numbers. especially in Seattle at Safeco when it's supposed to be kind of a pitcher's park. You're going to come on over, even though it's the National League, you're going to come on over to Great American Small Park. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? I kind of like the idea of Alex Wood, probably a little bit cheaper, $5.7 million per year compared to 7.5 for Gio, and then 12.7 for Carlos Carrasco. Plus he's 4 years older, 5 years older. Yeah, 4 years older. So, I mean, Alex Wood is still relatively young. I think that he would be pretty solid for us. I mean, look at these ERAs. This is a former Cy Young winner, right? 20-5. That'd be really cool to get him. But I guess what I'm trying to say to you guys is, when we're looking at these type of players here on the board, there's some good depth type of names. But if we want to make a big splash to like really help the team out, all of our spots are pretty much full. First base is full. Second base with Jeanette is full. You know, if you decide to sign Jonathan Scope, where are you going to play Jeanette? They're going to start splitting time with Jeanette and Scope, like the lefty-righty thing. Like, that's a lot of money to spend on guys that are just going to platoon with each other, right? Starlin Castro, another type of situation. You're gonna split time. Like, he's asking for 10.5 a year, and he wants an everyday role. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You got Howie Kendrick, 36 years old, 72 overall, but then we've got Dilson Herrera, Blandino, Shed Long, so some younger players that can get called up and really contribute. So I feel like the state of the franchise is in a really good position. We've done a really good job with this team and this organization. We don't really need to make a whole lot of moves this offseason. So if we sign Billy Hamilton and we're able to trade him, the big things that I would want to focus on is getting a top-end relief pitcher, like top-end relief pitcher, that's going to be cheaper than Zach Britton. That's going to be cheaper than Zach Britton. That's what the goal is. The goal is to start shaving that payroll down. Like, look at our cash flow right now. If we sign Billy Hamilton, our cash flow would be 178, right? That's okay, but it's not going to get the job done in the future because all these contracts are backloaded versus front-loaded. So that's going to start coming down. And obviously when Joey Votto's contract gets off the books, when he eventually retires, it's going to free up some money. But, you know, if we're able to sign Hamilton at an 87 overall, flip him for some other players that might be cheaper, then we've effectively got 2 players or 3 players for 1, saved some money, gotten the team better. We're also getting Taylor Trammell center field time and eligibility, and, you know, it just makes sense for the franchise to do that. What doesn't make sense for the franchise is to start spending money all over the place trying to, like, get all these top-notch players, right? I had somebody in the comment section say that, you know, really enjoyed the series, but not signing interesting players is poor GM skills. It's like, what? What? I love your guys' feedback. I appreciate it. I like to talk baseball. I like to talk with that dialogue, but I don't think that has anything to do with GM skill. Like, if I wanted to go out and I wanted to sign these guys, I would do it. I'm purposefully not going out there and doing that because I don't think it's smart to do that. You know, it's a video game, I get it, but the whole point of this series and this channel is to keep things within the realm of possibility and realism so that you're not building an all-star team one season and then your cash flow is crap and then now you got to trade everybody away, and, you know, after you just won a World Series, it's like, what's the point? No, we just won a World Series. Now it's trying to get back there and trying to do things within your budgetary constraints in order to achieve that goal again. So that's where I'm at with it. So we're going to go ahead and try to sign Alex Wood. He didn't get a lot of love in the comment section. A lot of you guys were talking Carlos Carrasco, but, you know, I'm just of that opinion. 29 years old, he's got that C potential, so it seems like he's only going to go down from here. So I can kind of see where you guys are going with that, but, you know, we're saving money. We're saving a lot of money, actually, $7 million. I think this is a 5-year deal, and this is a, oh shoot, no, that was a 4-year deal, actually. 4-year deal. You know what? I'll throw you guys a bone. We're going to go after Carlos Carrasco, except the role he wants is being an ace. And quite frankly, we've got our ace. We have our ace. We don't really need to do that. So let's just up that offer a little bit. Indians are trying to grab him, probably for a little bit cheaper than what we're offering. We're going to have to give up a draft pick. If we do, I believe. Contract offer that's doesn't, when it says qualified, that doesn't mean that the team actually put one on. So maybe since we put one on here, then Cleveland decided to put a qualifying offer on just so they could try to get a draft pick. I'm not sure. With relievers, as far as relievers go, like Leclerc, Crockett, Weiss. I've also got Finnegan and Amir Garrett in the high 70s. If we were going to do anything, I'd probably want to get a guy like Betances, honestly. But we'll save that for another time. Salary arbitration. We got to start talking about some of these guys, trying to bring these guys back. DeSclafani, I will try to bring him back a little bit long term here. 4.3. Crockett, I'd like to bring him back for, let's say, 3 years. Knock that down a little bit to 5 mil. Finnegan, let's go 3 years. Knock this down. He should be able to sign that. Tommy Joseph, I'm not going to consider, but DeSclafani, Crockett, and Finnegan for arbitration would make sense. Tendering contracts, I want to see where we're at with free agency first before I do this. Just really try to hit home some of the guys that we're looking at before I go ahead and sign some of those players. All right, let's go ahead and simulate this date. So we did get Carlos Carrasco, guys. So he took him 1 day to figure it out, and he's here. He's ready to go. So I like that. That's going to be good for us. Let's now just go ahead and see where we're at with cash flow, and we're at 808,000. 808,000. Where's Billy Hamilton? He's not on here. So what happened? So Billy Hamilton and Carrasco, we signed both of them to come back. So I like that. That's cool. Let's see, starting pitching: Castillo, Carrasco, Keuchel, DeSclafani, Graveman. Nice. That's pretty dang solid. I'm going to put these guys back in the bullpen just so they kind of get cleared out of the way there. I don't know if that's going to affect their overall. I know it did when I was trying to move Senzel from third base to shortstop, but he actually moved down. His overall actually moved down. So we'll see what happens with those two guys. But I think that this is going to be pretty sweet here. This pitching staff is pretty legit, if I do say so myself. Let's see, one more thing. So with the signing of Billy Hamilton, I want to see what trades are available. All right, so let's go with MLB ready. Chris Archer, Tyler Goodell, Jose Ramirez, Michael Brantley. Just don't need it. Don't need it. Miguel Arturo and Jake Odorizzi. Don't need it because we just got pitching. Whoa. Andrew Miller, Nick Tropiano. Cody Allen, Jose Abreu. This one's kind of interesting. Our cash flow goes up. Kind of frees up some more space for us to try to sign some more players. Wow. We'll have to consider that one. Jesus Luzardo is going to be pretty dang good for the A's. Neil Walker, we just don't need. Rougned Odor, Matt Moore. Oh, that's kind of funny. Lucas Sims and Tony Cingrani. One former Red and one current Cincinnati Red. That's funny. That's funny. Brandon Nimmo. Only 2 years younger than Billy Hamilton. I don't see the reward in that. Jake Arrieta and Josh Harrison. That would be an interesting trade. We would really shore our pitching staff up with that for sure. Holy crap, that'd be nasty. Jose Quintana, I don't trade within my own division. Zach Owings or Zach Greinke and Chris Owings. Wow, but our cash flow takes a big hit. Look at that 501 right there. Maeda and Grandal. We do need a backup catcher for Barnhart, but Grandal would end up taking the job. Cueto and Crawford. So that's it. That's really it. Honestly, I want to go check out the Angels again, though. I want to see if they would do something here. I got an idea. Andrew Miller, that's pretty close. We're saving $5 million. Look at that. Cash flow goes up to $1.2 million right there. That's pretty sweet. What do we have? What do we have in the outfield? We got Adam Duvall, a couple prospects, Reggie Tucker, Joe Adele. Nope, they're not going to do that. AJ Pollock. A 79 overall AJ Pollock. Oh, dude. Oh, guys. Oh, sick. Sick. Okay, so we're going to save $1 million. This is AJ Pollock's final year of his contract, though. Wow. So look at the offensive output that AJ Pollock's going to be able to give us right there. Better vision, almost the same fielding, does not have the same arm. Reaction is not as good either. He bats from the right-handed side of the plate. He might be able to help us with Taylor Trammell's grooming period in the major leagues. We could get a nice veteran presence there. We don't have to take time away from Billy Hamilton's playing time when we're paying him all this money. We're shoring up the back end of the bullpen like big time with Andrew Miller. Holy dude, guys, we have to do this. It'll be Andrew Miller, Leclerc, Crockett, Weiss, Hand, Lorenzen, Finnegan, and Garrett. Oh, dang, guys, you gotta do it. You gotta pull the trigger. Unless we can get a little bit more. I wonder, I'm just playing around here at this point. I wonder if we traded Brandon Finnegan away. Once he signs a contract, I wonder if we traded Brandon Finnegan away for another depth piece. But I don't really see anything. Maybe like Marcus Semien or something, but yeah, I mean, we've already got Wilmer Defoe. I think this is good. I think this is a great trade, guys. I'm not even really, I don't know if I should ask you guys what you want to do. I think this is a pretty much a slam dunk. Andrew Miller and AJ Pollock for Billy Hamilton. We get, just in review, we get Andrew Miller for 3 more seasons. We get AJ Pollock in his final season. He can play some center field for us. He plays center field with the Diamondbacks in his current 20 home run type of player. He's definitely going to give us more offense. He gives us about pretty much half the stolen base totals. Gets on base a lot better. Gets on base a lot more. Plays okay defense. Again, he's a right-handed hitter. He can start to, when he needs a day off, Taylor Trammell could easily just jump in and take that role. He can kind of be like a Nick Senzel was in his rookie season. Taylor Trammell can be that. I think it's slam dunk. I think I got to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger right here. So, Billy Hamilton for Andrew Miller and AJ Pollock. I think that's a good trade for us. It's definitely going to help us out offensively and bullpen-wise. Got to do it. Got to do it. So, Billy Hamilton, I wish you the best of luck, sir, out in LA. I think he's probably gonna play right fielder. They're gonna have Mike Trout play right field, I think, and then Hamilton in center. That would probably make a lot of sense. But guys, that's your new look Cincinnati Reds here. Pollock, Schebler, Winker, and Trammell is in your outfield. So that's a pretty big change, guys. Honestly, it's a really big change. But you know what? Andrew Miller, again, he's going to be amazing for us. And we're just going to go switch A.J. Pollock's primary to center field. Okay, so Pollock, 81 overall. Now, see, look at that. He's an 81, right? He's an 81 at center field, so that's where he should be playing. We got Winker, Trammell, Schebler. Offense got better. Pitching staff and bullpen got better. I think it was a win-win for both guys, both teams as much. So, all right, so some pretty big news for the Blue Jays yet again. Like, they just keep pushing with some of these big-time signings. They signed Anthony Rizzo to 6 years for $132. So, big-time signing there. Let's go ahead and check out who we ended up signing here. So, we did make some headway here on some of our guys. And it looks like... Okay, so we did sign Ryan Franks, Diego Palmeiro, Kevin Maitan, Wimberly, Anaya, Hudson, Ambrose, Mills, Adam Walker, Villalobos, Jeter Downs, Williamson. Yeah, so we got a lot of the guys signed here, so that's good. Let's see the cash flow real quick. Down to $782. Let's just keep on simming. Zach Britton signs with the Twins. Interesting. Brandon Morrow, National sign Brandon Morrow for 1 year, 6.6. So we did get some of our arbitration guys signed. We're down to 453 in cash flow. Yikes. Let's go ahead and look at the pitching rotation here. So Dave Scafani did sign. Won 11-11 last year. Signed for 5 years. This is a kind of a guy that you want to see how he was going to do this season, and then if he's just not working out, then we can probably trade him. Just kind of depending on how we're doing as a team. Might make some room for some of the younger guys in case we suck. But we're going to revamp this pitching staff here real quick. Keuchel's got to be the number 2. No, Keuchel will be 1. I know that Castillo's a 92, but we got to go with Keuchel, Castillo, and Carrasco. Dave Scafani. Graveman will be the starting pitcher. We'll see how Tyler Mahle is going to do. But, you know, you're paying this guy a lot of money, 1.6, and you're paying Tyler Mahle 433. So, got to see where you're gonna land with those guys. Let's just keep on going because I know that we've got some more tender contracts to worry about here. Not as many as we had previously, but I wanted to try to sign Jose Siri. He wasn't taking any of those. He's always given me a problem for sure. Zach Weiss, we can try to re-sign here. Try to get him down there at like 3.5. Hopefully he takes that. Nope, he's still not interested. Pedro Strop signs with the Rangers. I think now, guys, is a good time to try to see where we're at in free agency and see what's going on right now. Go to free agents. See who's left available. Let's see if we can try to sign another player here. Let's go to catchers. I was really wanting to go after Yan Gomes. Where did he go? So he got picked up. He either got picked up or somebody re-signed him already. That's gonna bother me actually because I want to know what happened. All right, so there you go. So Yan Gomes got actually signed by the Nationals, so that kind of sucks because I kind of wanted him. I just kind of lost track. But we do need a backup catcher. I don't want to spend the money that Francisco Cervelli's going to ask for. I don't want to spend the money that Kurt Suzuki's going to ask for. I think we got to sign a guy like Matt Wieters. I know it sounds kind of weird. Martin Maldonado would be kind of good. The fielding, the arm. This is kind of a backup type of guy. Chris Iannetta always gives me issues, but maybe if we ended up signing him, maybe he might be pretty good for us. Mesoraco doesn't really do anything for us defensively with the fielding. 45, 70 arm though. 70 arm does the job. Brian Pena, Sal Telemachia, Derek Norris, Chris Jimenez, Austin Romine. But then we're starting to get into some deals where Tyler Stevenson, like, he might be ready to take that step for being the backup catcher. You know what I mean? Like, if we're not bringing up Tyler Stevenson at 72, like, we're definitely gonna have to sign a guy better than 72, right? So that would probably be like Tyler Flowers or Matt Wieters, but they're asking for a lot of money. 2.7. We don't really have that much cash flow to even be trying to work with that. So I think what we need to do is we just need to give Tyler Stevenson the nod for sure. We can see that Brandon Finnegan is still not signed. What is the deal with you, Brandon? Jose Siri, what's going on here, man? Sign your contract. Sebastian Alzalde, we can try to get him back. Chris O'Kee down at AA. We can try to sign some of these guys back again. Even though I was kind of talking DJ Peterson down, we can do that. That's fine. Athletics signed Jonathan Scope to 5 years, $57 million. So they like Scope and Bryce Harper right now on that squad. Let's just see how we're doing here. So Brandon Finnegan did sign. Jose Siri signed. Bautista Reyes, Ricky Davis, Mitch Nay. We're going to just let these guys go. There's really just nothing going for them. 62 overall, 27 years old. 27 years old. Like, you know, the prime time is basically stopped. So let's take a look now, guys. We're going to have like a free agency recap. 40 mans must be set by tomorrow for the Rule 5. So I'm going to do that in this episode as well. But I do want to show you guys just what the heck happened in all of this free agent period. So Angels get Tyler Skaggs. Red Sox sign Dylan Bundy. Do I want all transactions here? Let's do trades. Let's do trades. So Piscotty gets to the Blue Jays for Didi Gregorius. So the Athletics now have Jonathan Scope and Didi Gregorius. So the all Netherlands team that got going on over there. Adubo Herrera goes to the Diamondbacks for a prospect. Gords Gurriel from the Blue Jays. Actually, okay, so the Royals traded Gregorius away to the Blue Jays for Lourdes Gurriel. And then obviously there we are with Hamilton and Pollock right there. Cervelli signs with the Red Sox. Garcia to the Twins. Alex Wood goes to the Nationals. Rangers, Orioles. Pomeranz, Orioles. Orioles, Drew Smiley. Yeah, so, you know, they're hitting it pretty big time there, the Orioles, for sure. They want to fix that pitching staff. Dellin Betances goes to the Angels. So they get rid of Andrew Miller, then they sign Dellin Betances. Braves get Nick Castellanos. Dodgers, Starlin Castro. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the free agency period. All right, guys, so with the 40-man roster thing coming up here, I got to make the decision on the 40-man. Want to see where we're at here with some of our guys. Got to protect some players. Ryan Franks. So the 40-man roster, you don't need to protect guys that are 18. Like, you just don't need to do it. Phillip Ervin, I think we should probably protect him for sure. Where is this? Add to 40-man. There you go. Okay. Kiefer we could probably protect, but honestly, a 71 overall. I don't know of any team that's going to take a guy like that. I'm not sure. Shed Long, I'm going to protect him for sure. We have a full 40-man though. Nicolino, shoot. Culberson on the 40-man. Palmeiro is not on the 40-man. Daniel Wright. I'll probably remove him from the 40-man. No? Waivers. I think what really happened here, guys, is that Andrew Miller and, well, basically it didn't really matter. It was either, you could either designate it as Andrew Miller or AJ Pollock, but we gained a player, right, through that trade for trading Hamilton away. So with this 40-man roster now, you know, we're protecting guys like Hunter Green, Chris Rodriguez. That's just basically because I like their stuff. It would be smart to take them off, that they shouldn't have bet on the 40-man roster to begin with, so that we didn't have to make a decision on some of these players down here, like Kiefer or Shed Long. But I think we might lose Shed Long. I don't know for sure. We'll just have to see what's going to happen here. Best players we could lose. Okay, so it'd be Cody Reed, Mela, Hernandez, Sherfy, and Stevens. Okay, so we're okay. We're okay, so we don't really need to do much there. So let's just keep on simming. 94 players in their organization. Okay, so we need to release some players. We'll do that right now. Domingo Tapia, we don't need your services any longer, sir. Mitch Ney, 2650 overall. Nope, don't need it. Jimmy Sherfy, I'm gonna cut ties with Jimmy Sherfy. Like, it was fun while it lasted, but it just didn't work. 57, it's just not working. Brandon Dixon, we can keep Brandon Dixon. Rookie Davis, guy's just not working out. I think that was 4 players. Yep, okay, so we're good. And we should be good to go. Everybody here. Brandon Finnegan signed his deal. Okay, that's good. Giants get Charlie Blackmon. Time for a free agency update. Still got some pretty good players here on the market. These guys are not going to get signed until way late. Look at our cash flow right now, 249. Good goodness, guys, this is going to be. We're going to have to make this count for sure. If we don't, we're going to be paying for it in the next couple seasons for sure. All right, guys, time to get into the Rule 5 draft just to see if, you know, who might be able to help us. And some bigger names that come off the board would be kind of cool to see. But Zach Wheeler gets taken by the Pirates in the Rule 5 draft. I don't know what the Tigers were doing here. Should probably have gone after Zach Wheeler instead of that guy. I don't know what that was. But we can see some pretty solid players here. Domingo Germán from the Yankees. There's Cody Reed. Eric Fede. I think he was a National, I believe. Raul Alcantara. These are not sorted by overall. Anthony Banda for the Tampa Bay Rays. We can see some pretty decent players. A lot better job this time around by the CPU than last Rule 5 draft. So there's nobody that we're really gonna go after. So that's actually where I'm gonna leave this episode off, guys. So episode 53 will be next Friday. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you think we did here with Carrasco being signed? We traded Billy Hamilton away for Andrew Miller and AJ Pollock, who's now going to be our center fielder. Taylor Trammell will be the backup center fielder. And then we'll have a Winker, Pollock, Schebler trio out there in the outfield with Trammell as the backup guy. Again, he's a left-handed hitter. Pollock's a right-handed hitter, so we can kind of platoon those guys when we see fit. Pollock still offers some good defensive skill set, but he's definitely more offensively minded type of player, can steal some bases. So basically what we did was we just got a heck of a lot better for really nothing, right? Nothing's really changed. Like, we split Billy Hamilton into two. We're getting Andrew Miller, which is going to help out our defense just the way that Billy Hamilton did. And then now that we've moved on from Billy Hamilton, now we can get Trammell some playing time, and AJ Pollock will offer more offensively than Hamilton ever could have done. So guys, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think about the offseason for 2019. Are you excited for the next season? Let me know. And for you guys that are offseason advisors, what do you see in this roster right now? What do you think we need to accomplish going forward? Do you think that Dave Sclafani needs to be the odd man out of this rotation? Do you think we need to move Kendall Graveman? I mean, he is pretty cost effective at 13-9. You know, he pitched really good. It was his best statistical season that he's had as a pro. So do you want to get rid of him? I probably wouldn't, but I think this is shaping up to be yet again another great season, especially for 2019. I think that we might even be better than we were last year. So guys, we'll see you in the next one on Friday. As always, peace.